She's a young lady who also has a passion for empowering women. We have asked her to join us to explore her spiritually inspired book titled Becoming a Spectacular Woman. This is very much in the spirit of Easter. So enjoy our chat. Toluwani, nice to have you on Channels Book Club. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much for having me.
Nice to have you here. Becoming a spectacular woman. Maybe I should say happy Easter season.
Yes, happy Easter.
Okay, Becoming a Spectacular Woman. This is your first book.
Yes, it is.
What does it feel like? What does it feel like?
It feels...
You are in your 20s, right?
Yes,
Not many people have written books, in their 20s.
I'm told that a lot.
So. I've not met too many people. There are, but not too many. So it's a wonderful thing to have done that. But tell me a bit about what's it feeling like?
It feels great, but what gets me most is the fact that I've written something that's really personal, and I really wanted to reach as many people as possible. So sometimes I look at the book and I can't really believe it's my name that's on the cover.
I can imagine the first time maybe the publisher or whoever or the printer gave you a copy of
Yes, this. I remember that day
You must have almost fallen off your...
I was jumping up and down.
It's a very spiritual book.
Yes.
And from the introduction, you were spiritually inspired to write this. Is that correct?
Yes, that's very correct.
Okay, so tell me a bit about what led to this.
I had been seeing a lot of people trying to keep up appearances, looking as if everything was all right, and to the best of my own knowledge, I thought they were all right, but then somehow I got to know more about what they were going through, the things they were going through, and it was really heartbreaking, to say the least, that people could be going through those types of things and having to behave strong and pretend and cover up instead of just being able to be free.
That's common with all of us, isn't it?
It's a sad truth.
One way or the other, we all do that.
Yes.
Something is eating deep down, deep inside.
Yes.
But outside, we are all looking shiny and
smiling.
bright. Okay, but that's particularly about women, is that correct?
This book is about women.
Yeah.
Because I share from my own experience. I'm not a man, so I can't say I've been in the shoes of men. I know men go through their own experiences too, but I shared it from the place of a young lady who has also had a chance to interact with older women too. So
you met a lot of women looking all beautiful and smiley and bright, but you got to realize that
it was just the cover. It was
really bad inside.
Yes.
So that inspired you to write this. Now, for somebody out there who is watching, Becoming a Spectacular Woman, what's it about?
Yeah, I would call it a sort of makeover. One of my favorite chapters in the book is Let's Get Naked. And it sounds quite risky, but it's not directly naked. It's not, I wouldn't say it's like getting naked physically, but many times there are a lot of things that as human beings we just spend time covering up, layers we just build to protect ourselves. And that chapter just says, take everything off, come as you are.
Expose yourself.
Yes, exactly, expose yourself.
That's how you can get help.
Yes. So let's start from the best place to always start from is from the beginning. And if you can start from the foundations and know what caused a lot of the issues you're going through now, it's a step further in the right direction.
I'm just wondering, because it's very difficult to expose yourself, very difficult to open up and let people see, or God, as you have put here, see what you are really going through or what you're experiencing or who you really are, your faults and your weaknesses and so on. Why is that so?
Because I think that's so because a lot of the times when we've opened up, we've received criticism, or you open up to people and they judge you for showing them what you're really going through. So people have been taught to just be ashamed of their nakedness. It's better to just cover up so nobody judges me, nobody knows I'm going through. Everybody's pretending, so let's just all pretend together. It's all right. That's how life is. The older you get, the more shame you have and the more you cover up. But the book encourages you not to continue like that because I think a lot of people, especially in this day and age, are going through a lot of depression, a lot of issues. You just hear people saying this person committed suicide.
Suicide rates are up.
Yes, and those people were suffering and smiling and nobody knew that they were So nobody knew they were going through the things that they were going through. Because most people would tell you, like, I thought he was very happy, I thought she was very happy. But the truth is that unless you start opening up, those issues would stay issues, and there's no redemption in hiding.
Yeah, well, because one of the things you said here is that those things can kill.
Yes, they do.
I mean, if you keep them in there.
Yes, it's really hard. It's painful. I've been there to an extent. I wouldn't say I've been depressed in the clinical sense, but I've been through stages where I come from a family that's, people would say, it's quite accomplished. So I had always been, people had always expected for me to be the perfect child or be like your mother, be like
the
your
stereotype
father.
of who you should be.
Yes, exactly. And if I mistakenly fell short, they would say, you're this person's daughter, that kind of thing. So I learned how to keep up appearances at an early age, but between myself and God, I just said I was done with that.
Yeah, but you wrote that here, and that almost cracks you up, really.
Yes. So.
Now, and then you then decided, from what you wrote here, you then decided at some point in time to change that about yourself. You know, trying to please people, trying to be who people expect you to be. And so tell me a bit about that.
Yes, I would say it came from a place of, I think initially I wanted validation. You know, validation from having a good career or having a good relationship. I talked about finding Prince Charming.
Oh, yeah, you spoke about finding Prince Charming. Everybody wants to find Prince Charming.
Yes, but I think it's not bad in itself, but nothing outside ourselves, outside who God has made us to be, should validate
us or validate us.
Yes, exactly. So I think many of us chasing that type of validation, how much money do you have in the bank, how are your friends, what kind of car do you drive and everything, and then you now take your value from things that are not lasting. And when those things disappear, who are you at the end of the day? So there's a word my mom coined, spectacularity, and because it's not in the dictionary. And becoming spectacular is about actually allowing that person that God made you to be. We're all created in God's image. But then some people hide that creation and try and make things that are created to be the source of their own uniqueness. Meanwhile, you're already unique in your own self.
House you live
yes,
in,
exactly.
The type of car you drive.
Exactly.
What your Prince Charming looks like.
Yes, exactly.
Your Princess Charming, you know, and all that.
And those things are not even half of, like the human being in his or herself is so much worth so much more than anything else. Yeah, so we qualify those things do not qualify
So it's
us.
about finding who we are.
Yes, the true identity.
And being true to who we are at the very core.
And celebrating that.
And celebrating that. Incredible. Your book has a journal.
Yes, it does.
Impressive. So I've got a book and I've got a journal here. Now, so I'm supposed to put my thoughts as I read the book.
Yes.
In this.
Yes, the book encourages journaling. There's also this music feature in the book too, so you listen to some songs at the same time. But the journal has notes from the book on each of the pages to remind you as you're going in your journey to becoming spectacular.
This is a lot of work you've done here. It's a lot of work. Incredible. So, nice. Okay, so as I read, I journal.
Yes.
As I read, I journal.
Yes, because it's a journey. I wouldn't say, I'm not writing the book and saying, oh, I'm now a spectacular woman. It's, I think every single day of your life, you have a chance to grow in that spectacularity. Every day you become more and more knowledgeable about your identity and who you should be. So I've not arrived. It's not as if anybody has arrived, I guess, until we leave this planet.